Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about how to find the maximum occurring character in a string. If we are given a string something like this, I'll define a string str equal to, let's say I have a b b c d d e e f t r, something like that. In this case, as we can see, d is going to be the maximum occurring character in this string, so we want to find that and return that. There could be multiple ways to achieve that. We can use a for loop to loop through the characters of the string and count the number of occurrence of each character in this string. In other words, we can find the frequency of each character in this string using a map data structure, and after that we can loop through the map data structure and find the entry with the maximum value, something like that. We can do that, or we can use a stream API. In this video I'm gonna use a stream API, but if you know another solution using for loop or traditional for loop, but you can post your solution or comment out your solution in this video. So let's see. I'm gonna create a stream out of this string. What I can do is I'll say a string dot curs. It's going to give me a stream of enter stream, which is the ASCII value of each character in this string. So we don't want to work with the ASCII values. What I can do is I can map or change each ASCII value back to a character using map to object method. I'll say get each ASCII value, and let's say this is ASCII value, and I just wanna take this ASCII value and just wanna change it back to a character. Okay, once I got this, is going to give me a character stream. I'm just typecasting the ASCII value to a character. Once I got a character stream, I can just collect that or group that by the counting or the occurrence using the .collect method. And I just want to call the collectors utility class of the stream API, and I just want to group them by each character by their counting. Okay, and here the group by is accepting a classifier. I'll say take each character and just put it as it is as a key of the dictionary or map. This group by is going to return a hash map by default, and I just want to put the key uh, each character as the key, and for the value I just want to count the occurrence of each character. It accepts a downstream. I can just call collectors dot counting. Okay, it's going to count the occurrence of each character in the string and give me a frequency of each character. If I take a look here, it's going to return me a dictionary or a map. Okay, let me just catch it to a variable. I'll just call it frequency. Here we can see it's a map where each character is mapped to a long number or a long data type, which indicates the number of occurrence or count of each character in that string. Okay, so what I can do is I can just quickly print that, or maybe I'll say using a for loop or for each loop, I'll say frequency dot for each is going to take a by consumer, take two values. I'll say key and value, and I just want to consume that. It doesn't return anything, and just want to print that. Okay, I'll print key, concatenate that with a white space and maybe a semicolon, white space, and with the value. Let's see what we get. Okay, here we can see the occurrence of each character or the frequency of each character. A happens 2 times, R happens 2 times, B happens 3 times, and D happens 6 times, and we want to return that. Okay, so once I got a map, I can either use the frequency here to apply another stream API on that, or I can do something like this. I can chain my intermediate or terminal operators here. What I can do, I can delete that. I know this is going to return me a map, and we can apply a stream on the map entries. Okay, entry set, not directly on the map. I'll say dot get the entry set, which is going to return a set of entry, and in that entry set I can apply a stream. I'll say stream and I want to find the entry with the maximum value. Okay, I can use the max method, intermediate method. I'll say it accepts a comparator. I can either pass my own comparator here, or I can call the map dot entry. This is an interface, and it has a method comparing by value, okay, which returns a comparator here. So I can use this one, and instead of writing my own comparator, I'll say compare each entry by its value and take the maximum of that. If I see what I get here, let's see, if I just store it in a variable, I'll say introduce that. I get an optional of map.entry, okay? I get an optional of key value pair, but I don't want that. I just want a character. The key, what I can do, maybe once I got the maximum, I can say get that entry and just map it. Maybe can I can say just map it to what just happened. Okay, just minute. Okay, I got this. I'm just gonna delete this for the moment. This one is going to give me an optional of entry. I'll say map that entry, get that entry, whatever it is, and just map it to its value or its key. Okay, we want the character, so I just want to map it to its key. It's going to return me an optional of the character. I'll say, or else if there is no maximum occurring character, just return now, something like this. Okay, now it's going to return me a character, and I can just store it here. I'll say char max occurring equal to something like this here. Okay, and I believe we need to do unboxing. Okay, I can use the class or the object type or reference type for the character, or the I'll just say print. I'll see max occurring character. Let's see what we get here. We get D here. Okay, what I can do, maybe I can just put some A's here. If I run it, it's going to return A. So this way we can find the maximum occurring character in a string. If you know another solution, a better solution, please don't forget to comment out your solution. And thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.